Hi, my name is Nucera, and this is my communication semester project presentation. For my movie, I chose Inside Out 2, which is the sequel to Inside Out. This movie follows Riley as she enters her teen years and is introduced to different emotions: anxiety, embarrassment, envy, ennui, and nostalgia that have to work alongside her more core emotions, which are joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust. Riley is faced with a difficult decision at hockey camp, whether she wants to fit in with her potential new teammates or if she wants to be in it with her best friends Bree and Grace. She also works really hard to impress her hockey idol Valentina Ortiz while also managing her stress and anxiety while at camp. I titled my presentation The Importance of Managing Strong Conflicting Emotions. Inside Out 2 is a great movie that depicts how emotions get more difficult to manage as you get older. Even though new emotions might be negative, they still play a unique role in navigating you through life. This is all crucial in communicating and maintaining your emotional health. Riley's sense of self is a central theme in this movie that connects with self-concept. Your self-concept is made up of your self-esteem, self-worth, and ideal self. You can see in the beginning of the movie, Riley's sense of self is a more positive version, fueled by memories from joy, but it kind of morphs as you go along in the movie into a more negative version filled by thoughts of doubt and anxiety. The doubt and stress that anxiety puts on Riley at camp makes her think that she's not good enough, which decreases her self-esteem and self-worth. It makes her look too much into her ideal self in the future. At the last day of camp, Riley's mind is fixated on breaking Valentina Ortiz's scoring record in the scrimmage of 2 goals. It's obviously good to strive to be better at your sport, but when Riley was fixated on breaking Val's record, that caused her not to think about her other teammates and how they would feel, and she played very selfish. Decreased self-esteem and self-worth definitely affect how you see your ideal self, because that's going to make you want to become that perfect version more. Emotional intelligence is also a huge factor in Inside Out 2, as the movie is all about managing your emotions and utilizing the right ones at the right time. Feeling negative emotions is definitely tough, and sometimes we wish that we could be happy all the time, but those negative emotions, if they're regulated correctly, can actually help us have better emotional intelligence. Mark Brackett, a doctor at Yale University, says, when you become too stressed, your ability to both think and accurately assess emotions, your own and other people's, becomes compromised. In Riley's brain, Joy thinks she knows exactly what's right for Riley, but when anxiety comes in, she thinks vice versa, and this causes a imbalance in emotions, and that causes Riley's emotional intelligence to decrease because they're both working not at the right times for Riley to feel her emotions. Without joy and the other emotions, there's nothing to balance out her anxiety, which leads to an insane level of stress and not good emotional intelligence. Interpersonal conflict was definitely a concept highlighted in this movie, especially between joy and anxiety's destructive relationship. Destructive conflict weakens collaboration, problem solving, and communication. Joy and anxiety were kind of vying for power over Riley, and that ended up actually getting Joy and the other core emotions kicked out of headquarters and leaving Riley with only one stressful emotion to control her. Another way that I saw interpersonal conflict was between Bree, Grace, and Riley. When Bree and Grace told Riley that they were switching schools next year, instead of telling them how she really felt, Riley decided to ignore them. Dr. Razia Sahi says that emotional regulation is more effective when other people actively help us with it. And instead of reaching out for that help, Riley just kept her emotions to herself, which is not a good conflict resolution strategy. At the end of the movie, when all the stress gets to Riley, she actually decides to tell them how she feels, and talking it out helped resolve their conflict. In conclusion, Inside Out 2 is not only an incredible animated children's film, it's also a masterclass in many communications concepts. Accepting getting older and your more changing, mature emotions is a part of life and allows you to grow. And learning how to manage this bundle of emotions can help strengthen your relationships and increase your emotional intelligence, help with your self-concept, and your interpersonal conflict skills. The movie Inside Out 2 truly expressed how you can communicate your emotions competently and increase friendships in your life. That's all. Thank you so much for watching.